Welcome back. Welcome to a new class, to another opportunity to improve your English. To class number 78. We're slowly moving forward. We're slowly going through, abriéndonos paso, through the English language. In this case for advanced students. And as usual, as I've told you many times, at the same time I would recommend that you watch the intermediate section of this program and even the beginner section to clarify some important basic phonetics and who knows, maybe some misunderstandings or misconceptions about few of the most basic elements of the grammar of the language. The basic elements are more important than the advanced elements, much more important. So it's not a bad idea, time permitting, to sit down and be a bit humble. Come down from your high horse, bajar del caballo alto, se dice, de la parra, and come down, and to watch the beginners programs as well, because I'm the teacher, and all the rest, and you can learn something new. You can even learn some geography too, who knows. Okay, let's review our translation list from yesterday, camera 1. Okay, estas directrices fueron elaboradas por un equipo de expertos. Okay. Directrices, elaboradas. These guidelines. Anda ya, eso lo sabía. No, ahora sí. Now you remember it. But you don't know something if you don't have instant recall. Bam! Guidelines, directrices, guidelines. Fantastic. These guidelines fueron elaborados, o elaboradas, elaborated. Sorry, good try. Drawn up. To draw, como dibujar con up. To draw up. These guidelines were prepared or were drawn up by a team of experts, un equipo de expertos. Este método revolucionario, preparado por un equipo de expertos. When they sell English courses, special English courses, revolutionary English courses, prepared by a team of experts. They never tell you who these experts, entre comillas, quote unquote, they never tell you, quote unquote, who these experts are. But in any case, it's very common to say, by a team of experts. Estas directrices, these guidelines, were drawn up by a team of experts. Esta es mi última advertencia, ¿eh? No te acerques a mi novia. This is my last warning. Don't go near my girlfriend. Stay away from her. Don't go near her. If you know what's good for you, don't go near my girlfriend. And this is my last warning. Warning. Okay? ¿Quién es el encargado aquí? Who's in charge here? Come on, who's in charge of this studio? Come on, I'm not. Maria's not. Who's in charge here? Is Julio in charge? I want to talk to the manager, please. Él pasó su niñez en un orfanato. He spent his childhood in an orphanage. Childhood. Childhood is basically from the age of 0. No, miento, that's not true. Infancy is the age from 0 to 1 or 0 to 2. Then your childhood starts. And your childhood lasts basically until puberty, 12, 13, perhaps 14, but 12 or 13 years old. And then your adolescence, adolescencia, it's the same in English and in Spanish. When you're a teenager or a young, very young adult, that's your adolescence. And then your adulthood. So infancy, childhood, adolescence, adulthood, okay? And then the declining years at the end, when you become a senior citizen. Okay, pasó su niñez en un orfanato. He spent. David Copperfield, for example, spent his childhood, I think, no, in an orphanage. Orphanage. Este celo es muy pegajoso. This tape is very sticky. Wow. This tape is very sticky. It's very sticky. Eres un pesado, eh? You're a pain in the neck. Come on. You're a pain in the neck. A pain in the neck. We also say a pain in the ass, which is your posterior. A pain in the ass, a pain in the neck. You're a pain in the neck. Un dolor en el cuello, en la nuca. You're a pain in the neck. Eres un tortícolis, basically. You're a pain in the neck. Are you a pain in the neck? Are you? Are you a pain in the neck for other people? Think about it. Do a bit of self-analysis. Think about it very, very much. Are you a pain in the neck for other people? I hope not. He venido para pedir un anticipo. I've come to ask for an advance. Can I have an advance, please? This is the first time I've come to ask for an advance in the 27 years I've been working in this company. So it seems to me that I have the right to ask for an advance and that you can't refuse to give me an advance. I need the money. So can you pay me my salary 10 days early, or at least 50 or 60% of my salary? Oh, I'm sorry, Pedro, but company policy is against advances. We don't pay advances. But could you break company policy just for once and pay me in advance, please? Ponte delante del espejo. Stand in front of the mirror. Now turn around. Look at yourself. Do you like what you see? Do you like the image that you project? Yeah? A lot of women like to spend time in front of a mirror. Yeah, checking out every part of their body. Yes, they like to do it. Ensaya tu discurso. Rehearse your speech. Todas las veces que puedas. As many times as you can. As many times, todas las veces, as many times as you can. Rehearse, rehearse, rehearse your speech. It's a regular rehearse, rehearsed, rehearsed. As many times as you can, as many times as possible, as often as possible, as many times as you can. Rehearse your speech. Practice makes perfect. Practice makes perfect. Es una frase hecha trilladísima en inglés, se dice a diario, pero correcta. Practice makes perfect. Tenemos que casar nuestros recursos con vuestras necesidades. We have to match our resources with your needs. Es impresionante lo informado que es ese tío. It's impressive. Impressive. Expressive. Depressive. It's impressive how knowledgeable that guy is. It's impressive. Y me quedan bastantes listas. I have quite a few lists to go. But I'll be back in a few minutes after our next teacher.
Thank you very much, Richard. My name is Alberto Alonso, and you're watching Vaughan Inglés 4.0. Yeah, I forgot. I had to look. No, I'm just kidding. How could I forget? How could you forget? Well, I hope you're studying. I hope you're working along with us. I hope you're listening to the radio program. Yeah, every day on Vaughan Radio. If you're not listening to it, I don't know what you're doing. What are you doing? All right, good. I'm just trying to motivate you. Esto es para motivar. Yeah, I don't want to give you a hard time. No te quiero echar una bronca. But you know, I think it's important that you study. And I'm going to encourage you. Darte aliento. Me parece que se dice. Dar aliento. 5 points for me. Toma. Okay, well, ladies and gentlemen, let me introduce you to a wonderful student. In fact, she is an inspiration to other students. That's right. Because why? Because she's dedicated, and she studies, and she makes an effort. And I know it, because she tells me, and I can see her making progress since I've met her. Yeah, between the radio shows and 4.0, she's making progress. Are you? We'll see. All right, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the lovely Isabel to the show. Hi, Isabel. How are you?
Hi, Alberto.
All right. Do you like your introduction? Was that okay?
Yes.
Okay. If you want, I can make it
Thank you
bigger or
very much.
smaller. You know, I can.
No, bigger is
Okay.
better.
She's like, bigger is better. Okay, no problem. Well, your next one, no te lo vas a creer. I'm like, ladies and gentlemen, Miss America. No, Miss Spain. We'd have to be, right? Because you were born in Spain, I assume, right?
Yes.
What part of Spain were you born in, Isabel?
In Madrid.
In Madrid. Now, where is Madrid? I'm joking.
In the center of Spain.
In the center of Spain. People said, we don't have a beach in Madrid. Aquí no hay playa, right? This is a Hombres G song, or who is it? Aquí no hay playa. No, no es Hombres G, no. Bueno.
I don't remember.
Vaya, vaya, aquí no hay playa. But we do have a beach in Madrid. Almost 360 degrees around we have beaches. Just you have to drive a little bit. Okay, well, no problem, no problem. We don't mind driving. We love traffic. Madrileños, we love traffic. And I love sarcasm. All right, well, Isabel, do you feel like you're making progress? Because I do. I feel like you're making progress.
Yes, I'm making progress. I hope so, and I can see it little by little,
Little by, I mean,
step by step.
yeah, we have an expression in English, no sé si hay algo parecido en español. We say Rome wasn't built in a day. Que Roma no se construyó en un día. So people, some people get frustrated and they say, oh, I'm not making progress. Well, my first question is, how much time do you put in each day? What kind of effort are you making? And if I hear, I study once a week, well, there's your problem. You're not going to make progress once a week. Yeah, maybe una palabra aquí, but really it's, again, lo digo siempre y no lo reitero, I'll reiterate it. Igual la palabra, I'll reiterate it. And what I'm trying to say is, it's like playing an instrument. Si tocas el piano y tocas todos los días, vas a mejorar. Es que no queda otra. Unless you're really, really bad. Entonces, there's no point. Ya no sirve de nada. But I doubt that any of our intelligent viewers are not capable of learning this language. I think if you're not capable, it's an excuse. I think you can do it. Okay, well, let's take a look at something. Okay, how do you say, la última vez que la vi fue Semana Santa?
The last time I saw her was in Easter.
Is there another way? Esto es correcto, pero is there another way to say it?
I don't know.
Okay, podemos decir, I last saw her last Easter. Hay un poco de last ahí. So I last saw her last Easter. La última vez que comí pasta fue ayer.
The last time.
Vamos a ir con el otro.
I last ate pasta yesterday.
Yeah, I last ate pasta yesterday. How do you say, la última vez que hablé con él fue el año pasado? Hace 2 años, para cambiarla.
I last spoke to him 2 years ago.
Qué crack eres. Ok, pues vamos a repasar también un poco de lista de traducción número 17, ok? Vamos a ver. Es impresionante lo informado que está este tío.
It's impressive how informed.
Okay, how informed or knowledgeable. Knowledge es sabiduría. So knowledgeable es que sabe, está bien informado de todo. Try it with knowledgeable. Es para usar vocabulario más difícil.
Okay. It's impressive how knowledgeable this guy is.
Qué bien, knowledgeable. Pronuncia para la gente en casa porque lo has pronunciado perfectamente.
Knowledgeable.
Knowledgeable. She is very knowledgeable. Ok, vamos a ver. Ensaya tu discurso todas las veces que puedas.
Ensayar.
Rehearse.
Rehearse. Rehearse your speech as much as you can.
Okay, as many times as you can, pero me gusta más lo que has dicho tú. As much as you can, significa lo mismo. As much as you can o as many times as you can. Perfecto. Ponte delante de un espejo.
Be in front. Stand.
Porque no diríamos be,
Yes.
porque no es un verbo de acción, pero stand, inténtalo con stand.
Stand in
¿Con E delante de la S?
No.
Okay.
Stand in front of the mirror.
Yeah, stand in front of the mirror. The mirror, no puedo hablar. Eres un pesado.
You are a pain in the neck.
Yeah. Am I a pain in the neck?
No, you aren't.
Oh, you make me feel nice, Isabel. Thank you so much.
You're
I'm
welcome.
not. You hear? Isabel said, I'm not a pain in the neck. Okay? But I am telling you, I am encouraging you to study, to make an effort. I don't want to be a pain in the neck. I'm trying to help you. Study. Bye.
Okay, welcome back. Let's get philosophical again. ¿Qué tal? Un poco de filosofía no minimal. Yes, camera 1. What's the point in using 2 cameras? I mean, really, is there any reason? You know, it's not my idea to use 2 cameras. There are 3 cameras in this room. We never use camera 3. And I'm supposed to start on camera 1. And then I'm supposed to switch to camera 2. And normally I do it. Once or twice, I have forgotten to change to camera 1, and Jorge didn't say anything, and Maria didn't say anything. And I spent the whole 8 or 9 minutes talking to camera 1, como si nada. So my question is, what's the point? ¿Qué más da? What's the point? ¿Para qué sirve cambiar de cámara? But it doesn't matter. Do you learn more English on camera 1 than on camera 2? Really? Is camera 1 better for learning, or is camera 2 just as well? Well, what's the point? For me, there's no point in changing. There's no point. It's pointless. Okay, now we're repeating the same concept we were looking at 2 or 3 days ago, because it's extremely important. This expression, using the word point, is so common that you hear it every day in practically any situation. You can be in the Bronx, in Brooklyn, in London. You can be in a boxing match in Madison Square Garden, or you can be in the United Nations building negotiating a nuclear disarmament treaty. And you will hear the word point used in el sentido de para qué sirve, o es qué utilidad tiene. What's the point? There's no point. There's no point in negotiating with the Iranians about nuclear weapons. They're going to continue building a nuclear capacity. So what's the point? Either invade the country and eliminate the country completely, which is probably not recommendable, or leave them alone. Simply watch them. For 40 years or 50 years, the United States and the Soviet Union were watching each other very carefully, called containment. All right? And they can do the same with Iran. So what's the point? What's the point? Is there any point in threatening? Is there any point in threatening and learning English? What's the point? What's the point in watching this program if you're not going to study? If you don't study, your progress will not be very fast. It will be very slow and excruciatingly slow and not unsatisfactory for you. If you don't study, if you don't work, if you don't spend the equivalent amount of time outside of class studying. You know, if you watch 2 of these programs, the intermediate and the advanced, that's 2 hours a day. That's 10 days, 10 hours a week. Add another 10 hours. Can you devote 20 hours a week to English? If you don't, your progress probably won't be very fast. It will be gradual. Okay? So you can say, well, what's the point in watching this if you're not going to study? Some people watch this program because they find it entertaining, not because they need English. We have quite a few people, retired people watching this show. Gente jubilada, pero mucha. A lot of retired people are watching, they watch this program. And other shows on this television station and our radio station, we have quite a few. Surprising number of retired people who listen to our radio and watch this television station and do other things. And you could say, well, ¿para qué sirve? ¿Para qué les sirve? What's the point? It's pointless. It's pointless. Es inútil. They don't need English. However, these people enjoy it. It's stimulating for them. It gives them a new objective. Finally, they have time. Many of them think, finally I have time to try to learn this language. And it's a question of pride. Pride is orgullo o amor propio. It's a question of pride. And also for many, it's a question just enjoyable. They want to learn it because they find it intellectually stimulating and it helps them stay young trying to learn. We have one student in our organization who is 84 years old. Puda. Her first name is Puda. All right? An interesting name. Hola, Puda. And she's 84 years old. And last year, she came into my office without an appointment, passing my secretary, 84-year-old lady, 83 last year. She sat down at my desk in front of me and say, Richard, dígame lo que tengo que hacer. Tengo que aprender inglés. Dígame qué es lo que tengo que hacer. Okay. And she was 83 years old. Chapeau. So, The question is, what's the point in learning English? Well, for some people, there's really no point. However, for them there is. So don't judge other people if you don't want them to judge you, okay? What's the point? What's the point in learning English? Well, if you learn English, it opens a lot of doors. It's important here. English is a skill. It's a skill. There are many other skills that are recommendable to acquire. The ability to play music. If you have a musical ear, to play a musical instrument gives you freedom to enjoy moments, especially when you're alone with an instrument. Okay. The ability to use computers well, important computer applications, to be very adept and adroit and very skillful with computer applications is very recommendable. When you acquire skills, it gives you more freedom because people need those skills. Other people, they need the skills that you possess. If you possess a lot of skills that are valued in the market, then doors will open for you. More doors for you than for other people. And that is freedom. That's, for me, is the definition of freedom. The ability to choose and to have a nice spectrum of choices or a wide range of choices. So what's the point of spending the time to learn English? Very important. It gives you more freedom. And when you enjoy the freedom of choice, you enjoy the feeling of freedom. And Don Quixote said, Amigo Sancho, no hay nada más apreciado en esta vida que la libertad. And it's true. When you have freedom, it's much, much easier to be happy with life. And then the question is, what's the point of living? Why are we on this planet? Why did I come here? Why am I here? And then to disappear forever. What's the point? That subject provides a lot of debate, which I don't want to get into now. But what's the point? The point is to live this life and to enjoy it. And learning English well is one more aspect of finding a way to enjoy life much more than otherwise. Okay, I'll be back after our sponsors to finish this little segment of English. You know, I have a question. What's the point? You know, after these commercials, you know, we've just come back from a few commercials y los essentials. Okay, my question is, what's the point in coming back for only 1 minute? You know, I have only 1 minute before I have to pass the baton, escrito batón, que es el testigo en un relevos 4x400, por ejemplo. Before I pass the baton es una palabra francesa, baton, and the baton to another teacher. What's the point in coming back for 1 minute? Doesn't make any sense. It's pointless. It's a waste of time, don't you think? This 1 minute. I give 585 hours of class. That's 585 minutes. Well, that's quite a few hours. 7 hours? Even more. It's about 10 hours almost. Well, so maybe it's worth it. 1 minute every class. I'll pass you to another teacher and then be back.
Thank you very much, Richard, and welcome. Welcome. My name is Kyle, and I'm here today with Mario. Mario, how are you?
Yeah, I'm doing fine. I'm pretty cool.
Good. He's doing all right. And we're going to practice an interesting structure today with a little translation. What's the point? What's the point of studying? What's the point of studying? Sometimes you ask this question in Spanish, ¿para qué? It's like, why bother? Sometimes you wake up and you think, why bother? What's the point of going to work today? What's the point, right, Mario?
Okay.
Do you feel that way sometimes?
Yes, I feel that way sometimes.
And what's the point of studying English?
The point of studying English is learning English.
All right. It's to learn it because it's so important. Okay. So we're gonna translate some sentences. ¿Para qué intentarlo si no vas esforzarte al máximo? Al máximo.
Okay.
What's the point
What's
of
the-
trying?
What's the point of trying if you are not going to make the most of you?
If you're not going to make the most of it, if you're not
most of
going to,
it.
or if you're not going to try your hardest, okay? Let me try that in Spanish one more time. I completely screwed that
Perfect.
up. ¿Para qué intentarlo si no vas a esforzarte al máximo? That's it. So I'm talking about making your own effort, right? So how do we say that?
What's the point of trying if you are not going to try? If you're not going to make it your hardest,
If you're not going to try your hardest.
try your hardest.
What's the point of trying? What's the point of trying if you're not going to try your hardest? So don't do it halfway, right? What's the point of trying if you're not going to try your hardest? ¿De qué sirve limpiar la cocina si se va a volver a ensuciar? I often wonder.
What's the point of cleaning the kitchen if it's going to get dirty back?
Well, if it's going to get
dirty again.
Again, yeah. What's the point? What's the point of cleaning the kitchen if it's just going to get dirty again? What's the point of cleaning the kitchen if it's just going to get dirty again? Or we could say to get messy. To get messy, where it's not really dirty, but it's messy as in disorganized, right? My kitchen is clean, but it gets disorganized. It gets messy. So I have to clean it up. I have to organize it, right? Sometimes I wonder, what's the point of cleaning it up if it's just going to get messy again the next day? ¿Para qué preguntarle si sabes que no va a contestarte?
What's the point of asking him if you know he's not going to answer you?
Yeah, what's the point of asking him? What's the point of asking him if you know he's not going to answer you? What's the point of asking him if you know he's not going to answer you? He's not going to answer you, right? ¿Para qué llevártelo si sabes que no vas a usarlo?
What's the point of bringing it if you're not going to use it?
Yeah, if you know.
If you know you are not going to use it.
Yeah, and with the contraction, you're not going to?
If you're not going to use it.
Yeah, if you know you're not going to use it. What's the point of bringing it? It would be like me bringing a jacket into the studio. What's the point? What's the point of bringing it if I know I'm not going to use it? There's no point, right? Okay, ¿para qué ir al gimnasio si luego no comes sano? At home? What do you think? What's the point of going to the gym if you're not going to eat well, right? If you're not going to eat well, what's the point? A lot of these people, they work out, but then they go to McDonald's, right? What's the point? What's the point of going to the gym?
A balance.
A balance, I suppose. Well, I can eat a hamburger as long as I go to the gym before or after. Well, maybe. I don't know. Okay, ¿de qué sirve comprar un ventilador si hace frío?
What's the point of buying a fan if then it's cold?
Or yeah,
if after it's cold.
Yeah, if it's cold. Or if the weather's cold. Be like if you lived in the North Pole, way up in the North Pole. What's the point of buying a fan if the weather's cold? If the weather's so cold, what's the point? What's the point of? What's the point of it? Okay. ¿Para qué trabajar si no pueden pagarte? I don't know. I don't know. What's that? What's the point of working if you know they can't pay you? What's the point?
There's no point.
Right, Mario? What's the point? There's no point.
There's no point.
Okay. ¿De qué sirve pescar si no hay peces?
What's the point of fishing if there is no fish?
If
there is no fish.
Well, if there are
no fish.
What's the point of fishing if there are no fish? What's the point? Okay. ¿De qué sirve ¿para qué? I'll go to the next one. ¿Para qué comprarlo si mañana será más barato?
What's the point of buying it if tomorrow it'll be cheaper?
It'll be cheaper, right? Like when are the sales, the rebajas? We have sales in August, right?
In August.
So it would be like the 31st of July, going out and buying all new clothes. Well, what's the point? What's the point of shopping now when I can wait one more day and get it much cheaper, right? What's the point? Okay. ¿Para qué pedir más comida si no puedes comerte la que ya tienes.
What's the point of asking for more food if
Yeah.
you can't eat what you have, what you already have?
Yeah, exactly. What's the point of ordering? Now, asking for, if you're with your friend having dinner in their house, you could ask for more food. But in a restaurant, we order food, right? So what's the point of ordering more food if you know you can't eat what you already have? There's no point, is there, Mario?
No, there isn't.
There's no point. ¿De qué sirve comprarse un coche si no tienes dónde aparcarlo? What's the point? What's the point of buying a car if you have nowhere to park, right? Can you repeat that?
What's the point of buying a car if you have nowhere to park it? Or to park?
Yeah, to park. Yeah, to park without the it. Just if you have
park.
nowhere to park. What's the point of buying a car if you have nowhere to park? That's the situation I have in Madrid, really, because I live in the center and I have nowhere to park.
Especially if you live in the center.
Yeah, it's very difficult to park. So what's the point? What's the point of buying a car if I have nowhere to park? There isn't much point. Okay, ¿para qué sirve aprender inglés si no estás dispuesto a responder en voz alta? Right? Good question. Mario?
What's the point of learning English
Yeah.
if you are not willing to answer
Sirve
out loud?
querer aprender. Wanting. What's the point?
What's the point of wanting to learn English
Yeah.
if you aren't willing to answer out loud?
Exactly. What's the point of wanting to? What's the point of even trying if you're not going to answer out loud? Because you have to answer out loud. You have to repeat out loud. What's the point of wanting to learn English if you aren't going to answer out loud? If you're not willing to answer out loud? Good job, Mario.
Thank you.
Good job to you at home. I'm going to send you back to Richard. See you next time.
You know, I don't really feel like teaching right now. I'm a little tired. It's been 35 or 40 or 45 minutes of class with myself and the other teachers, and I'm tired. I'm worn out. I don't feel like continuing on this class right now. Do you mind if we stop? Well, listen, I'll continue on one condition. I'll continue provided you pay attention and provided you study what I teach in this segment. In that case, I'll make the effort to finish the class today, even though I'm really worn out. I'm really tired. I'm really tired. So listen, I'll do this segment provided you pay attention and provided you promise me that you'll study, okay? All right? I'll change to camera 1, provided you change with me. Okay, provide, el verbo provide es proporcionar, proveer, suministrar, etc. Pero también la expresión provided that, o providing that, y el that es opcional, lo podemos quitar. Significa a condición de que o siempre que. Yo seguiré con este segmento, a pesar de mi cansancio, siempre que prometas prestar atención y estudiar. A condición de que prometas. Okay? So I will teach this segment, even though I'm tired, provided you study, provided you pay attention. He dicho provided. También podría decir provided that you study, provided that you pay attention. Providing también nos vale. It's very flexible in this case. Providing you pay attention, and I'll change to camera 1, provided you change with me. And don't stay there. You come to this camera now, okay? On the count of 3. Okay, provided you come with me. Okay, let's change. 1, 2, 3. There you are. Well, thank you. Thank you for coming to camera number one. Now, provided, as long as, on the condition that. No solemos decir nunca on the condition. O sea, yo seguiré aquí a condición de que tú sigas también. I'll continue here or I'll stay here on the condition that you stay here. Es correctísimo, pero de poco uso. Un poco forzado. On the condition that. Ahora, provided that, es muy corriente, but it's a bit formal. It's a bit formal, contractual, provided that I will continue teaching you, provided that you continue making an effort. The most common is as long as. Literalmente tan largo como, pero significa siempre que. Lo haré siempre que tú lo hagas también. I'll teach you as long as you make an effort to learn. I'll continue inviting you to this class and to this classroom as long as you promise to be a good student. I'll continue inviting you to join us, myself and my colleagues, provided you pay attention and take this task seriously. Okay? And I'll continue making an effort on my part, provided you make an effort on your part, de parte tuya, on your part, on my part, on your part, on my part, on your part. I will continue making an effort on my part, provided you continue making an effort on your part. Okay? This is a bit formal. The less formal and more common is as long as. I'll make an effort as long as you make an effort. The moment you stop making an effort, I'll stop making an effort too and become a mediocre teacher. I want to create champions. And if I see that you're making an effort to create champions, then I will try to be a champion teacher to the best of my ability, to the best of my ability, to the best of my ability. I'll make an effort to transfer English to you in an effective, motivational way, okay? As long as I see, provided I see effort on your part, on my part, on your part, okay? And I'll come here every day, provided you come here every day. If I don't see you, if I notice, Paula, if I notice that you're absent, Paula, and Alfredo, if I notice you're not here, I'll remember that. As you say in Spanish, tomaré nota. I'll make note of that you're not here, Alfredo or Paula. And so I won't support your efforts if you don't make an effort, okay? So I'll make an effort provided you make an effort. I'll make an effort as long as you make an effort. I'll come here every day in a good disposition. I'll come here ready to give my best, provided you come here every day, provided to give your best, provided you pay attention, provided you sit still and don't move, provided you take this class seriously, and provided you don't take it cynically. I'll teach the best I can, provided you're not a cynic. It's impossible to help cynics. It's impossible to help people who suffer conceit and pride, engreimiento y soberbia. It's impossible. And it's impossible to teach people who are genetically lazy, okay? So, I'll teach you provided you're not a member of one of those three groups. Because in those three groups, I can't help you. I can help people who want to make an honest effort to improve, and people who enter the learning process with a humble attitude, with an open mind to learn. And then provided you have that attitude, as long as you have that attitude, providing con ing or provided con ed, provided you have that attitude, a humble, open, absorptive attitude, then I'll give you the best I have in me, okay? And there's never been an English teacher who can give the best as the people in Vaughan. We will give the best if we perceive in you, if we can see, smell, hear, and taste effort, willingness to learn, willpower, humility, okay? That is a necessary attitude for learning. And then we'll give our best, provided you have the right attitude, provided, as long as, okay? And I'll stay with you. I'll continue for 585 hours between beginner, intermediate, and advanced, provided you continue as well for your 195 hours, or if you're a beginner, for your 585 hours. I'll continue. and together we'll make magic, provided we both make an effort. Magic will occur. Magic will take place, provided we, a condición de que, siempre que, tengamos tú y yo la actitud adecuada. Provided we have the right attitude. Okay, I'll be back in a few minutes, ya está, to finish this program.
Hi, thank you, Richard. My name's Carly, and now we're going to put into practice what Richard has just finished explaining. But first, I want to introduce my student, Anna. How you doing?
I'm fine, thank you.
Good.
How are you?
Fine, thank you. If you're ready, we are going to practice the 5 vocabulary words of today. First, Anna, if you can, will you help me?
Sure.
Okay, she'll help me. So you have to guess at home. You have to be focused on the pronunciation, repeating out loud, always out loud. And what I want you to do, focus on pronunciation, but try to guess what the meaning is in Spanish. All right, so we're going to guess while Anna tells us. So what does to throw mean? Look at my tongue. To throw, the pronunciation, to throw.
It means lanzar.
Good, lanzar or tirar. We say throw out, like tirar la basura, or throw, like a ball. Good. What does shortage mean?
Shortage means falta de,
Yeah.
escasez.
Good, perfect. So shortage, shortage. The emphasis of the word is in the first syllable. Shortage, not shortage. Shortage. Very good. What does scared mean?
It means asustado.
Yeah, good. Scared. Good. I'm scared. I'm afraid, we can say. And what does to suggest mean?
Sugerir.
Good. Suggest. That J sound. Suggest. Suggest. And finally, what does a postcard mean?
Una postal.
Good. A postcard. Postcard. All together, but the T almost sounds silent when you say it fast. Postcard.
Postcard.
Yeah, we're not like postcard. That's not so important. I don't know, the fluidity of it is important. Postcard. Postcard. The T is very soft. All right. Well, if you're ready, we're going to continue with the class. We're going to practice provided that.
Okay.
Providing or provided that. What does that mean?
It means if you can do, if you're some way you
Yeah.
can do.
Something. Yeah,
Something.
basically it's like si. In Spanish, it would be if. In English, basically, in the case of, basically,
In the
right?
case of.
In the case
In
of,
case of.
provided that, if, really. And what we're going to practice with provided that, you have the option. That is optional. You could say provided or providing, and that is optional. So I'll give you an example with Anna. I'm going to give a sentence, and Anna's going to change it with provided that. But you can practice at home, and you should. You should always be following and repeating and practicing the intonation. That's how you're going to learn. You're going to speak so well if you practice. So, I'll go to your house for dinner if I'm not tired after work. I'll repeat. I'll go to your house after dinner if I'm not tired after work.
Provided that I'm not tired after work, I'm going to your house. I'll go to your house for dinner.
Good, good. One more time.
Provided that I'm not tired after work, I'll go to your house for dinner.
Very good. Provided that, or provided I'm not tired after work, I'll go to your house for dinner. So you have this if clause, this if statement with provided that, and then the future. So provided that I'm not tired after work, I'll go to your house after dinner. Now, Anna, put it in the middle. Put it in the center.
I'm going to your house after
In the future?
I'll go to your
Good.
house after dinner.
After work?
After work. Provided that I'm not tired.
After work. Good. One more time.
I'll go to your house for dinner, provided that I'm not tired after work.
Perfect. Good. So good pronunciation, especially with tired. Tired. We say tired. Tired. Tell me.
Tired.
Very good. Tired. This little sound. It's not very natural. Tired. We say tired. Very good. So this provided or provided that. That is optional, but I think you're going to like it because it sounds a little Spanish, no? It gives you the pause. All right. I won't go to the doctor if I'm feeling better.
I won't go to the doctor provided that I'm feeling better.
Perfect. Yeah. And here in this case, I would just use the present continuous, the I'm feeling better. I won't go to the doctor provided that I'm feeling better. Put that at the beginning.
Provided that I'm feeling better, I won't go to the doctor.
Perfect. And so there are options here. You can put it in the middle. You can put it at the beginning. It's the if statement, right? I'll do this if this happens. So this if is the provided that. Provided that. So good pronunciation. All right. I'll make a big dinner if I'm really hungry. What's a synonym for hungry? but really, really, really
Starving.
starving. Very good. So really hungry, starving. So I'll make a big dinner if I'm really hungry. Provided that.
I'll make a big dinner provided that I'm really hungry.
Good. Or provided that I'm starving, right? I'm really hungry. So I'll make a big dinner provided that I'm really hungry. Put it at the beginning.
Provided that I'm really hungry, I'll make a big dinner.
Perfect, good. So this idea, provided that I'm really hungry, I'll do this. Provided that I'm really hungry, I'll make a big dinner. Practicing at home, practice out loud. She has a great accent, I have a great accent, and you need to have one too. So practice out loud, work on the intonation. The only way, Anna was telling me earlier that you're from Brazil, right?
Yeah.
She used to watch TV, and there were subtitles in Brazil. And she would cover the subtitles with a piece of paper, and she said she would stop, review, rewind, repeat, stop, rewind, and just imitate. So do the same thing. Stop us, you can record us, stop us, listen again, imitate us. This is how you're gonna speak better, right? We do the same for you. When we're speaking Spanish, we try to imitate you. So do the same for us. All right. We'll study English if we have enough time on the weekend. You should always have enough time. We'll study English if we have enough time on the weekend.
We study English provided that
Future?
we'll study
Good.
English provided that we have enough time on the weekend.
Perfect, good. You can say at weekend like British or on the weekend in American. We'll in the future, that contraction. We'll study English on the weekend provided that we have enough time. You could put on the weekend in the middle, you could put it at the end. Very good. And reverse the provided that. At the beginning.
I already forgot the
At the beginning.
sentence.
I'll tell you. We'll study English on the weekend if we have enough time.
We'll study English, provided that we have enough time, we'll study English on the weekend.
Perfect, good. Provided that we have enough time, we'll study English on the weekend. Beginning or middle? It's the beginning or the middle. The beginning of the clause or the beginning of the second clause. Good. I'll go to the football game if it doesn't rain.
I'll go to the football game, provided that it doesn't rain.
Perfect. And reverse?
Provided that it doesn't rain, I'll go to the football game.
Very good. It's just the idea. If you love learning and you love different languages, this will be fun for you. It's fun for me in Spanish. I take my translation books and I cover the Spanish and I just practice in English to Spanish, Spanish to English, and it just becomes a hobby. So if you like this, you're going to take provided that, you're going to put it at the beginning, you're going to put it up in the middle, you're going to practice the different time periods. Constantly in English and in learning any language, it's just repeating and imitating and trying to sound like me. So this is the idea. Try to sound like me or try to sound like her. It's wonderful. All right. He'll go to the meeting if he gets back from his trip on time. He'll go to the meeting if he gets back from his trip on time.
He'll go to the meeting if, provided that he comes back from his trip on time.
Good. I'd say come back or get back. Both are fine. Provided that he gets back from his trip on time. A little more of the he'll.
He'll.
Very good. One more time.
He'll.
And all the sentence.
He'll go to the meeting provided that he gets back from his trip on time.
Perfect. Good. So he'll go to the meeting provided that he gets back from his trip on time. Very good. She'll go to the cinema if there's an interesting movie.
She'll go to the cinema provided that there's an interesting movie.
Very good. Anna, you are unshakable. This is the idea, repeating and practicing, and it will make you so much better. It's always this repetition. All right, I'll leave you with Richard. Take care.
All right. Class number 78 is over forever for me, but not for you. I recommend you watch this program at least one more time, maybe during the weekend. Yesterday I was talking with yesterday I attended a cocktail for the humanities program in our company, and I was talking with about a 60-year-old man who's a doctor, and he works in consulting for hospital management. Very interesting man, and he follows this program. He's a student, an official student for this program, but he watches the programs only on the weekends because he's always traveling. And so he told me 10 hours on the weekend, maybe 5 hours on Saturday, 5 hours on Sunday with Inglés, Vaughan Inglés 4.0. Wow. So he's making the necessary effort, and he tells me he's noticing a big change in his English. Thank God, toco madera. I'm glad he is, and I recommend you do the same. Work hard. It will pay off.